Hi guys, I thought we'll have a bit of a news on. I done a brief thing about YouTube, but I thought well, this there's been like rumors going around. I've seen a few posts saying about that YouTube is the new television. Now I got to be honest, I am a fan of YouTube, and I do watch an awful lot of YouTube. I like to watch documentaries, listening to music, of watching other tarot creators, and you know different aspects and some other sort of interests that I've got that I do. So I'm gonna look to see. I mean, we looked at that. For me, like the last video I did was it said like YouTube need to go back to the baseline of how they first started out. But like with new platforms now, I'm seeing like description, like you can subscribe to things very much like Netflix and stuff. It is branching out a bit more, which is kind of cool. And I like the fact that you can watch it on your TV, and they're bringing out new stuff all the time. So, I'm hoping to bring some inspiration and some positivity on how YouTube is. Is YouTube the new television? Is where we're going to go forward now? Are we going to see other other people doing um you know creating this kind of a different platform, obviously a different platform, but like a YouTube, where we're going to have long, short forms, and it's going to be yeah, the new TV is BBC and is BBC and ITV. Are they like running its course? Have they as it run its course now? And now is YouTube going to start taking over the world? These are the questions I want to sort of like be asking. Okay, so is YouTube the new TV? Now this is a yes and no answer. is this is YouTube the new sense of TV for the future? Oh, okay. There's that message again. I'm gonna say yes. Right, first card would have been a no, but I would say they would have to let go of some. But there's a possibility that it can it's moving in that direction. I think we're gonna see more of it in the future, and it's gonna be quite fast changing. I don't feel like it's gonna happen now, but when it does, when it does, we're going for full branch ahead. So I feel like we're going to see a lot of updates on how this app is going to go and how it's going to maintain. Okay, so they're already. I mean, they are really exploring that right now, but they haven't quite packed their bag, so they're not quite letting go of certain aspects of it. But it is being looked into. I do see that there's complications at the moment. Problems. So I feel like this is like allegedly entertainment purposes only, but this is like their way to go. They're like looking to broaden their horizons and obviously bring more of a substantial money into it. So let's have a look with the career and cards. So with the five of pentacles, where this is five of pentacles. What did I just say? You are shedding. You are starting to outgrow your work situation. You need to set higher goals and standards. Your work well in the healing and medicine. Right. So I think if they're looking into changing YouTube into the new TV. aspect. They will need to shed some stuff. They would need to let go of some stuff um, on they would need to let go of that aspect, which was clarified before in the previous reading. So, what I think once they do that, they're going to be more inspired for the future. So, I feel like this is like middle ground here. So, I still think that like they're working things out right now. So, the answer to the question, I would say, is yes. So, tell me, give us more information on the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like a fast moving. We're on a roll. We're on a making it work. They got the spanners in the work, which I just said. So it's already. I think they are starting to sort of let go of a lot of things. So I think it wouldn't surprise me if they're having a lot of meetings and saying, right, this is not working. We need to sort of like let go of that. We need to bring more of this in, and yeah, it does appear to me that they're wanting more of like a broader horizon of TV and offering of services here. Okay, so which was going to attract um, new people into the system and companies, by the way. Make it work. You have all the tools you need to succeed, but you have to put in the effort. You're excelling at work with your hands and fixing problems. So there is complications, which is like they got to shed the skin, they got to make things work, they got to is in the works, is in the progress. There's definitely a few changes happening, and they are working. I do see like they're bringing other companies in, and I think a lot of news agents and that they're going it independently. You see quite a few people now that's got their own channel, and are being quite successful on it. So yeah, so there is money to be had in that, but yeah. So for the future, we got here with the three of wands. I would say that is brain. Okay, how is it looking in the future? Answer to the question. Power position. You are being promoted or called to lead. Time to step into your soul and guide others with compassion. So, yeah, I think it's going to make its mark. This is going to be the new. I mean, it's already been put into shape. I mean, we can download the app on is on our TVs now and stuff. And I mean, I do spend more time on YouTube than I probably would on normal TV. It's very rare I watch. I'm mainly an app person, Netflix and stuff. But yeah, YouTube is part of like I enjoy creating on it, and I also like to watch it, and I like to watch other creators doing it, and history and everything like that. So yes, I do believe that it's the new for. I think it's changing, and I think it's gonna change in the near future. Is it going to happen just yet? I don't think it's going to override BBC and ITV and the normal channels as of yet. But I feel, um, by the looks of it, things are starting to die out, and apps is going to be the new way of watching TV. So I wouldn't be surprised if other companies is going to start doing the same, which ITVX and all that lot, they started to do that, aren't they? So yeah, so where does that leave us as creators, as us as creators? Because is there, will there be a platform for us for the future? How is this looking for us? I know I touched on this before, but on a repeat button. So in the prospect of how YouTube views creators, where does it stand with us? It's gonna. I feel it's gonna be. There's gonna be a time when we're we're going to find it a bit of a struggle um, out there while the changes and the developments are happening. So it's almost like we got to kind of fight the fight to get our content out there and to be acknowledged. Okay. I suppose if so we're if this is looking at like future base of what's happening is that to me that's like an advice card is like make sure you reserve, don't put everything out all at once, don't keep some back, some material back, because I think we get into a fear base of like, oh, we need to chuck it all out because I need to, and you'll get into this lull of like trying to defend yourself more. So they're saying reserve from that, so much, not don't give so much away, so you've always got a create in. Um, so I feel for us creators, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We're going to have some challenges. Well, we're going to need to reserve some of our ideas and hold back a little bit. But I feel like eventually it's going to balance back out again. So I think it's just like where it's changed, everything is changing hands at the minute. Right, okay, so the advice around the 9 of Wands, I still got this cough, so I do apologise. Kind of had the same, I don't even know what cards I used last time. Excuse me a minute, I got a coughing fit. So the advice for the 9 of Wands, so we're going to feel the tension a little bit, and it's going to, while this is all changing hands, but to acknowledge that YouTube is having the same um, same problem. You may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job, or need to smile and make a nice to get the position you want. So it's gonna, it may be harder, maybe hard, and we might feel we have to work a bit harder and stuff to show face, to be able to, to be able to show our face on YouTube. See what I done there? But with a bit of resilience, and I do feel like holding back, don't get into like a panic of like, oh my god, I got to put all my ideas, to take it like steady. I'm going to look at the 4 of Pentacles. Reserve what you've got and the information you've got. You have the power now. Use your magic to attract what you want in your life. The sky is the limit. So I think these pauses is going to happen. It's going to help us get to know the background things, know the right apps to create with, recentering ourselves a little bit. Is going to help with the process. It is. I feel like YouTube is on the change. I do feel like they're shifting towards, and they've got some ideas what they want to do and what they want to produce for the future. It's still in the making right now. For us, we're like sitting ducks at the minute, So I know there's a lot of creators that right now, even the ones that's like being quite popular, is now losing subscribers. They're just like, it's just like because of the changes that's happening. But they're saying, advice from the cards, spirit, however you want to interpret it yourself, right, is saying that it's going to take a bit of time, but we can start again. There's something, something new and fresh coming into the future. So hang in there. It's going to be I think it's going to be another one with the government. When I said the government is a tough ride, hold on to your hats. I feel like this is where the change is happening. So we're going to have a look. trapped, you feel stuck in your current situation, but you do have options. Look for another job while keeping the one you have for now. I tell you how it feels like. You know when you're like, everything is up in the air. I think I've done this before, and I've said this before in previous videos in the past, where everything is up in the air in work, and like say you're changing managements, yeah. So management's changing is causing a problem, like with staff. They're getting like agitated with it because they know that there's going to be new changes coming in, so everybody gets a bit restless. And then what happens is there's like a massive amount of people that leave. Yeah, they sort of leave the company, they go elsewhere, and then all of a sudden, so you're short. You're like on a like you're short-handed, and then all of a sudden, new staff enters. So it's almost like it's doing a massive clear out and cycle. And I feel this is what's going to happen with YouTube. I feel like there's going to be a shift. So I feel like this is how I feel. I keep going. Feel. So I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people that's going to leave. They're not going to continue with YouTube because they're not getting the buzz that they once had. They're not getting the satisfactions they once had, and they're feeling like drawn to do something new and or go to new places, social media and stuff like that. And what's going to happen is like this shift, and things will, I do believe, something will balance out in the long term. So, so I, it's obvious, isn't it? The world is shifting at the moment, and it's going to affect aspects in other area, like television and Facebook and all that lot. There's a massive shift. So I don't feel like I think for the ones that wants to stick it out, I think for the long term, there will be opportunity for your career to grow. But I feel like it's it there needs to be a blend of we why haven't we got the tower card? So this is like where's the tower card in this? So it's almost like it's like boom, people start leaving, they're going elsewhere, yada yada yada. They're not happy with it. They're ready to start a new adventure, ready to start a new again. But this leaves other people more open to possibility. So yeah, we're doing a swapsies. We're doing a honest work. It's okay to have a job that is not very glamorous. Get some experience to help you move in the future. Success is a process, not a quick fix. So I'm wondering if you'll find some creators who's relied on social media for a great amount of their time is now getting a second job. They're getting some other line of work in because YouTube is not paying out as they want to. So where does that lead us for the future? Where does that lead us for the future? You know, for the creators on YouTube, not the ones that's left. Well, the ones that left. Six of Wands. You're gonna get your chance. You're gonna get your chance to be shown. So yeah, it's like it's getting rid of the old, and the new, new enters. So there's definitely a shift going on. I do feel like there's stuff with the creators of YouTube going on behind the scenes, although we're not acknowledging of it, but they're looking in what's working. They're like summing up things at the moment and testing the waters a little bit, seeing what works, what doesn't, and stuff. And we're going to go through this process. Um, but I feel like success is going to happen for a numbers of people. Yeah. Although it's still going to be a bit testing. Still going to be a bit testing. In and not overnight. I mean, some people are lucky overnight, and they're like being there. they're successful. But all in all, my experiences on YouTube, I mean, going back in 2015, 14, when I first had my a different YouTube, very similar to this, but had a different YouTube channel. I mean, I was picking up subscribers, and I was only posting probably once a month. You know, you need to be out there more now because of the algorithm and the way the algorithm is working and stuff. You know, which is good for the likes of us, but it can be a bit like soul destroying because if you're busy and stuff like that, and you can't create, it can cause those little issues that it slows your progress down. You know, you've got to be posting on a regular basis. You know, so testing times for YouTube. Yes, I feel like it's going to be the new television. But I also feel like that there's going to be new apps, new things that's going to come out that's going to make the shift. A bit like when TikTok come out, when it was just like there was just a massive like people. I mean, people has been really successful on TikTok and that. So I feel like I'm wondering if there will be an actual. Will there be another app like YouTube? So will there be another app like YouTube? Oh, maybe, maybe. Is there one already out there? Is there actually? I don't know because I'm not really shit on the apps side of things. But is there one already in there? Still quite new, you know. It's not fully acknowledged by a lot of people right now. But there's potential for the future. Yeah, I think this is there one already out there. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you're a creator and yeah, because this is kind of looks fresh. Look, there's a wink. Yeah, this looks fresh and balanced. So I don't know if there's going to be people more drawn to that one. Yeah, look. They're going to be making decisions where to go next. This one seems more like more independent, where you can. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, this is allegedly, but this is like I think this is like a prediction, or this is what's happening. This one is more like you are more independent. You're more in control of it, right? So that for the creators. Oh my god, that's really interesting. It's I think it's very new in developments, or it's like maybe people know it, but not many people are on there at the moment. I could be wrong. It's not set in stone. Um, but yeah, there's other options out there. Well, I didn't expect that. I was just talking about YouTube, and now I'm seeing that there's actually something else coming into the equation. Which would lighten the pressure, but yeah, which that would lighten the pressure unless YouTube is bringing out a sisterhood um, where they can separate online viewing of films and stuff um, to like for the creators. Maybe that's it. Ending, you may leave a position or be terminated. However, there will always be a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. I think it's like this is new, something new on the table. Time to put your demands on the table. and get serious about what you want. Ask for a raise, a promotion, or a step up. Okay. Adventure. You may exciting work moves that could take you outdoors or on a trip. You will need to climb steady to reach your financial goals. I do wonder if that, unless YouTube is bringing a sister one in, maybe. What do you think? Look, what do you think? Debating. Ah, well, never expected that. So if you stuck around for this length of time, please give it a like. Put your comments below. What do you think? Like I said, this is just I'm just chucking the cards out to see what comes up. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm right. I'm just putting my viewpoint on what come up. It'd be interesting to see if I'm right. Yeah, this is a test. Test my knowledge of the cards and my intuition. Anyway, you take care and I will see you soon. Lots of love and be happy.